Okay, first of all, thanks a lot to be invited to this forum, the Cleantech Forum. I am Jatxu from Batz. We are not so big company as Stanford's CI, but they have spoken about still future. I will speak about technology. Okay, the future and the next technology. Okay, so in my first slide, I would like to say that, as my colleagues said, Frances and Kerman says, about the voting white, there are a lot of technology around the world. There are some tendencies, steels, aluminum. All of they have said is true, of course. All of the car makers are running to make the sense to the technology and trying to reduce the mass of the weight structure, maintaining the safety. Okay, all of this is true. But I would like to say you, okay, I don't know how to explain about technology. I want to see what is the real problem. The real problem is that we have to reduce the car weight, okay? We have to do something to reduce the CO2 emissions, and the shortest way to reduce the fuel consumption is to reduce the weight. So if we are looking to this with an overall point of view, not only by one technical or one material, we use technologies. And for us, in our opinion, to see in the fourth cut, the aircraft industry has the solutions. The solution is, if you see the new aircraft, more than the 50% of it is plastic, technical plastic, aluminum is 20%, titanium. Okay, there is technology. There is technology to make so lightweight structures as in aircraft. And this technology nowadays is around the world. The issue is that in the automotive industry, we have a challenge. This is the cost efficiency, okay? All of the automotive industry, as Raquel says, is growing. The last year, 24 million cars. I think that in another 5-6 years, 120. But in India, in Brazil, in Russia, in China, Europe and USA will be maintained more or less. Japan is maintained. So we are talking about in the growth of the automotive sector, the cost efficiency in some regions will be with more current technology, and another advanced regions will be the new technologies. So for us, in our opinion, the key point is that we have technology in aeronautic, in aircraft industry. Nowadays, there are some technologies to transform the composites manually without any investment. But if we are talking to balance between performances and cost, the key point is the rational use of the technology. So if you see just an example, it's not a benchmarking of a real car. I don't know the model. I suppose it's a real car, but it's not exactly the car. Nowadays, almost 70% of the cars are steel. Nowadays, steel is steel. I'm looking around the worldwide and looking the sport luxury cars and looking also the utility cars, okay? But as a trend, you can see that here the composites, I don't know what is the pointer, okay? The composites are growing, the aluminum are growing. There are another kind of rubber, glass, fluids as miscellaneous, and 15%. Yes, okay, this I am pointer. So the real trend is that the lightweight technologies are increasing, all of them. Steel also are increasing, using the new alloys. Aluminum is also increasing, using the 7,000 alloys. Okay. So focusing on the composite market, this is a slide from the Global Congress in Las Vegas. The key point is the price, the raw material price, and the transfer processes price, okay? If we are talking about at current price level, we are talking in 2-3 years, $85 billion US market. But if we can reduce the cost, okay, if you can reduce the cost of the current price of the material and the processes, $800 billion US. And if the price is going down 30%, we are talking about a huge market of $260 billion US. So, for example, there are some companies, I'm not from the CCL group, okay? I'm from Batz, this is an example. Nowadays, they are talking about more or less 4 or 5 kilotons per year of carbon reinforcing plastics. But their forecasts are talking about 40, 50 kilotons in the next 5, 6 years. So for us, the challenge and the trend is to use more and more the composites. And for example, you see this company, in the last 2 years, there are some important movements in this sense. For example, the CSL group with BMW has the new joint venture. Also, we have the relationship with the Volkswagen group, but also another companies as Togai or as the Toho Technas in the US are looking for the OEMs. So, as conclusions, say that composite is one technology, that's lightweighting technology, not the only one, and this growing. This is, I think that is real. Just some examples, I don't know how many time I have. Okay, 3 minutes is enough. This is the i3, this is the body in black. My colleagues say body in white, we are talking about body in black. This is the i3 by BMW, this is a new electric car. But there are some examples of cockpit carrier and some quite classic technology, compression molding, also injection, and other components, as Kerman says, in the underbody, the chassis, there are some plastics. There are some also talking about visual pieces, some sport luxury cars in different technologies. And of course, if you use a very high technology, you can use also wheel rim, because the technology is there. The issue is that how to use it rationally, trying to make business with this kind of technology. So, as conclusions, composite is automotive, I think, and Batz thinks that there is a big opportunity. The issue is that we have to do with competitive. It had no sense to make a whole plastic car, but you should be a whole competitive plastic car. And from Batz, in our opinion, we have our own brand. This is FPK. We have invest there. So if it is for investments, we have the 2 years ago, in 2010, 3 years ago, we started the new businesses. We buy the same company. So nowadays, the last minute is publicity. We are divided in 4 different businesses. The stamping dies, 50 years doing dies, all of kind of materials, of course steel, of course aluminum. In automotive system, we do some components, pedal modules, handbrake levers, jazz, and so on. Also using aluminum, steel, or composite. FPK is for the plastic one. Energy is the other division. We are working directly with the OEMs, with the car makers, 27% Volkswagen, GM Motors, GLR, Renault, BMW, and the other. We are around the world. The automotive sector is a worldwide sector. We have our own 14 own manufacturing plants and other agreements around the world. And our numbers are not so huge, but in composite we are almost 300 in composites and selling 45, 50 million euros per year. This is the past year numbers. So thank you a lot for your attention. This is my mail. I can be here now trying to explain something, okay? Thank you very much.